Okay, my loves, we're going to get into a secret spread. Out of my tarot Bible, I found this spread that I want to do. So this is going to be a divine masculine secret spread, and then I'll do a divine feminine. Let's get started. Let's just do these upright. All right, we're going to clarify with the tarot. Okay, my secret desire for myself is card 1. So the masculine really wants to move from his heart, be the King of Cups. This feels like King of Cups energy. It's a 45, so that would be a 9. So it's about attainment. It's compassionate, it's responsible, it's generous, it's supportive. And I feel like that's healing within him. We have the healer here, and we have the angel of balance. But we're going to go by the reading. My secret fear for myself is the angel of balance. Maybe going through all of the things that one has to go through to be balanced, because when you're balanced, you recognize your dark parts as well as your light parts. We're not all light. You know, we have duality. We have those lower vibrational archetype energies within all of us in the psyche. So they're archetypes in the psyche. So let's get some clarification for secret fear. Divine masculine secret fear. Divine masculine secret fear. Okay. So, he either fears or knows that he needs to give up alcohol. And alcohol is it's a demon energy. And because it's a demon energy, it renders us uninhibited and do things that we wouldn't normally do, or that's not good for us. It comes from the demon Algol, A-L-G-O-L. You should look it up. I'll link something below from what I found for Algol, which is where they got alcohol. And so maybe this masculine knows that he needs to give that up, and that's a fear. Or also, or when he has these fears come up, he drinks. And it's interesting because the third card is his secret weapon for himself, and that's victory. So he might actually use alcohol to kind of balance himself, to stay what he believes to be successful. Victory here. Feeling like shit. Okay, so there you go. It's how he copes. So let's go on. His secret feeling for you is that you heal. You're the healer. 51. I feel like you help him see the divinity within himself, because this is very Jesus archetype. 5 and a 1 is 6. That's very Venus energy. It's loving, it's caring, it's gentle, which was very much what Jesus was. He was not just a healer, he was a teacher, but he lived it. He didn't just teach it, he lived it. And Venus is about love and beauty, harmony. So he feels that you are very healing. You heal his storm, and he may not always say it, or may never say it, but that's how he feels. Oh, look, that just fell out of my deck. Divine Feminine. That clarifies what I just said. And she's holding a peacock feather and some sage. And peacocks are the symbol of rebirth. I got that a lot on my journey, and I actually paint a lot of peacock feathers and peacocks. So I'm gonna leave that there. I feel like she heals a lot of his hostilities, and maybe even the way he treats other people in the community, because his secret love for his Divine Feminine is that she heals. So his secret love for the Divine Feminine is there's nothing like her. Married, depleted, drained, long journey. It does feel like a marriage that you can never get out of, right? It is a long journey, and it does drain and deplete you, which is why it's so important to take a break, take a step back, and remember, you come first. You come first. All right, let's get to my secret hate for you. And it says community. Interesting. Let's see what we get for this. Divine Masculine, secret hate for you, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. What could Divine Masculine hate about Divine Feminine? Let's see. I don't see this in any way as being bad. What I do see is that you have a way of being hopeful, and you're very good at working with people and having wishful thinking. You know, you see things much more clearly now and for what they are, but you're very loving and romantic. And I don't know why that would be my secret hate. Okay, so let's keep digging on this. This is interesting. You're a magnet. You're very magnetic right now. So that could be a jealousy issue. You may have a lot of suitors with the Page of Cups and the Seven of Cups. You may have somebody at work that is after you, Divine Feminine, and he doesn't like it. Let's keep digging on this one. Why does the Divine Masculine dislike the Feminine right now? Is it due to jealousy? Yeah, there's a feeling of you being so free-spirited and adventurous, and you kind of live your life more in the moment where you're daydreaming, and maybe you're more adventurous right now, and there's this fed up, this maybe the masculine's trying to be chill, but there's a lot that he's dealing with, and he's imagining a lot of scenarios So that could be triggers coming up, abandonment, feeling like he's stuck in something, not belonging. Okay. Repeated patterns and karmic lessons with the divine feminine, and maybe he can't get past these. All right, let's keep going. Secret fantasy for you both. What is the divine masculine secret fantasy for both him and the divine feminine? Because storm warning came up, which is interesting. And I feel like this is going to be a sudden emotional thing, like a tower. It's not, and maybe it's something that has been building, but it may be coming to a head. So if I were to read this card by just this question, my secret fantasy for us both, it would be that something drastically changes, no matter what kind of upheaval that it creates. Because it's time. It's a 1 and a 0. It's manifestation of something that needs to come to completion so that something new can be started again. And maybe the divine masculine is to a point where he doesn't care. He doesn't want to hold any secrets anymore. Whatever it causes, it causes. So let's pull, let's use the romance cards for the masculine secret fantasy for him and the feminine. Remember, it's energy, not what your body looks like. It's how you feel inside. Alone time. So he definitely wants some alone time together, and I feel like it's probably been to the point where he's fed up now, that he's tired. He wants alone time with the feminine. Imperfections. There's going to be some bumps in the road when you're on this journey. So you can't just easily get out of one situation that you need to end to start another. There's a process, and the process is not easy. It never is when it comes to relationships. I was engaged in a 13-year relationship, engaged. We had already pretty much been living as husband and wife, but we hadn't gotten married because I had already met my twin, and I kept going back and forth. And he was a soulmate, so we had no issues. But when I met my twin, I knew that I could no longer live as a soulmate because I was living a lie. No matter what the outcome was, whether I spend the rest of my life alone or I make things work out with my twin, it didn't matter. I knew in my heart that I could not do that to my soulmate. The masculine secret fantasy for them both is, no matter what the storms are, no matter what the imperfections are, this masculine recognizes that it's beautiful. It's a beautiful mess. He embraces the imperfections. One more. Wow, look, and then sacrifice flew over here. But love comes with sacrifices. And there's a sacrifice, there's a There's an energy of imbalance here. And this alcohol is becoming a problem, a coping mechanism that needs to be sacrificed. There's a difference between having a drink and chilling out a little bit and getting drunk to heal or mask what you need to cope with. Because if you're having to cope with something, it means you're not living authentically. So that's pretty clear. This needs to change in order to be at a better place for this couple. And let's get to number 8, which is the masculine secret power. And I have Archangel Gabriel, which is the 5th chakra. So his secret power is being quiet, is not speaking. Let's clarify it with the oracles that I used. Give me more on the 5th chakra. Masculine secret power. He uses his silence to control her. I feel like he also ghosts her a lot because he knows she holds his heart and he holds hers. 44. But if she walks away, something changes because I feel like she's to the point where she has to take care of herself, and she may have already walked out the gate. So when he uses this tool to try and control her, she walks. Yeah, there's the door. She takes the door to personal healing and happiness. She comes first. This is not a good tool to use because it blocks communication. And when you block communication, everything else goes awry. I don't really think that needs much clarification, but let's see. The moon. It's like you keep your emotions and your secrets to yourself. And sometimes because you do that, it creates all these illusions and fear. So what are you doing by using this secret tool? There we go. And then things become missed opportunities. The moon comes out twice. And apathy. Nothing's moving, it's stagnant. So when you become apathetic or you stop speaking and communicating, she's always going to choose herself now because she's not a karmic. She's the divine counterpart of you. She's the divine feminine now. And she is your biggest teacher. Your secret vulnerability, divine masculine, is the sun. Wow, and the 3 of swords on the bottom of the deck. And the first thing I thought when I looked at this card was that you think this power of not speaking and controlling makes you great in a way, but it also keeps you alone, independent, isolated. So you don't want to be vulnerable. That's your vulnerability. Why don't you want to be vulnerable? Because you have some karmic balancing that has to be done. And right now, if you're coping with it with alcohol, you haven't done the inner work. The Fool. You have to go through the broken heart to get to the sun, to get to your happy place. But you were obviously hurt in the past. Yeah. 11. Justice, High Priestess, and Lovers. And when you get through this, what you really want is a balanced love, a spiritual love. Spiritual love. And your biggest secret is a 3 and a 0, the garden and the gate. Being too happy? I'm not really sure about this card. So let's clarify it. Clarify it with 3 cards, please. Divine Masculine's biggest secret. I don't see this as a bad secret. I see this as a good secret. We have all tied up, the Temple Path and Angel of Love. So there's really nothing he can do about this journey but be on it. Let's see what else comes out. Oh, he's in it. You're in it. You know, whatever it is, you're in the journey with your Divine Feminine. Ace of Cups in the Temple Path. So your biggest secret is that for the Divine Feminine, really, to me, is that I feel like he recognizes, you recognize Divine Masculine, that it is part of it. It's your challenge in life. It's your purpose. Ace of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. There's the Sun again. That's the last card. The Sun. You're in it because you're meant to be in it, because you're meant to grow your soul. And if you are the yang, she is the yin. Okay, Buddha wisdom, and then we're out of here. I keep getting this card. It is better to do nothing than to do what is wrong. For whatever you do to yourself. I hope this helped. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Namaste.